This is All Things Caregiving from Breathing Spaces.
Hi, my name is Cyndi Mariner. I'm the founder of Breathing Spaces. Welcome to our new YouTube channel, All Things Caregiving. We've created this channel just for you, whether you're a professional caregiver, family caregiver, to support you on your journey and give you helpful support and ideas and thoughts from various speakers that we have lined up coming just for you. I'm here today with my co-host, Cyndi Gum. Cyndi is a member of our team and has been for a number of years. Welcome, Cyndi. I'm really glad to be able to be on this journey with you.
Thank you. This is going to be an adventure for sure. So
Always.
I'm really thrilled to be here too, Cyndi, because I know we talk a lot about all things caregiving, and now we're just kind of bringing to our audience the what we talk about. So and the people that we talk to. So I'd love to know more about how you happen to start Breathing Spaces. Maybe we should just start with that.
Sure, absolutely. So breathing spaces came from when I was working, caring for my mom. I had watched mom care for my dad, and then became a caregiver for my mom. And at one point, the journey as a caregiver, regardless of who you're caring for, can have its ups and its downs. And sometimes you feel a little isolated on that journey. And I remember one time sitting on the sofa at mom's and looking at a local newspaper and finding a local hospital that was running a walking group. And I thought, I'm just going to go. Let's just see what this is about. And Cyndi, I sat in a room full of people, 30, 40 people, and listened to every single caregiving story, and my heart just stopped. My breath stopped because of the magnitude of the stories and events that people were going through. For me, Cyndi, it really gave me my first breath on this caregiving journey to know that I wasn't alone, to know that no, I wasn't doing everything wrong. And even if I was doing things wrong, it wasn't that bad. There's just something really powerful to hear other stories and be able to exchange ideas back and forth. So we started walking, just walking in a local park. And after a couple of times out with that group, not only was I literally changing somehow inside, I also saw what was happening for other people. It was a mirror image of what the process was doing. So I went to the folks that were organizing the walking events, and I said, please let me take over this program. I have a vision for what we can actually do more and more for folks. After a while, they finally gave in and let me have the program, let me start to run it. And I started adding in more walks. I added in doing seminars for these folks, writing blogs. So creating more and more ways for them to connect and also to get a little bit of respite, if you will, because hearing those stories, gaining that support was just making such a huge difference. And it was probably a year or so, a couple of years into the program, that my mom actually started her demise. And mom ended up passing away not too long after that time. And the program was a grant-funded program run by the hospitals. So it came to an end at the same time. It was just a little ironic that it was all happening together. And I thought, I'm not going to let this go. This is changing people's lives, which is important for me on my journey in this world. And I wasn't going to let it go. So I started Breathing Spaces. And that was a few years ago. And I'm very grateful to still be here today and have so many amazing team members that we have now. Business partner Mark, that's been involved in hospitals for a number of years. So we've really created something that I feel is doing good in the world, giving caregivers a space to be.
Yeah, I can hear your sincerity and your commitment, and there's nothing like the experience. I think people that are caregivers are it's so much uncertainty. We don't know what to expect next. So we have to learn how to trust whatever process our caregiving journey is in. Are there any particular challenges that you can reflect on or share with us related to either your journey or just, with breathing spaces and what you hope to be able to communicate to other caregivers?
Cyndi, I think one of the biggest things for me to have people know is they're not alone on this journey. Caregiving can feel very isolating because you're under constant watch of, maybe not constant watch, but there's always an ear or an eye, pointed in the direction of the one that you're caring for. And you'll have days that are good, and you'll have days that are sad, and you'll have days that you feel like you're just going to lose it. And it's an emotional roller coaster. And for me, honestly, Cyndi, I remember back to the day when it was, well, not to the day, but at the very end of my dad's life, and walking into mom and dad's home, sitting down at their dining table with these people from hospice. First of all, I didn't really understand what hospice was. What does this mean?
Yeah.
And then they went into the dialogue about how I would be administering morphine to my father. And I thought, what are you talking about? This makes no sense. I imploded as a human, as a daughter, certainly. And it was the next few weeks were just absolutely treacherous, may not be the right word, but it was surreal. I wasn't even in the room remotely. After dad passed away, about a year or so later, I moved in with mom. She was alone. She was getting older. I was single at that point, and I just said, let's just hang out, be friends, and keep each other company. And not too long after that, maybe a year or so later, I could see things starting to change in mom. She was getting a little more fragile in things that she could or couldn't do. And she was having episodes of health issues that would pop up. Nothing serious, but it just started adding up to a point. And, again, it's one of those memories that kind of gets lodged into your head, because I would ask her, so mom, what did the doctor say about XYZ? Oh, he said it was fine, nothing to worry about. And I thought, either this guy's an absolute quack, or you're telling him what's going on. So the next time that she went in, I asked her, Mom, can I go with you? There may be some things that I could hear. Actually got a couple of questions that I'd like to ask him. Would you mind? And so she let me go with her. And before I spoke, I prefaced it with, Mom, you're going to kill me. But let's get real about what's really going on at home. And, we got over that little episode, but the fear in her, Cyndi, of her own body changing and not being able to do the things that she was able to do, that she was getting ill when normally she was the healthiest person. It really started to add up. And being there that day with the doctor made a huge difference. Not too long after that, my brother ended up moving in with us. He had heart failure. So I became a caregiver for two people. And, you don't write this into your life story. When I get to the age of this, I'm going to become a caregiver. It truly just lands in your lap.
Mm-hmm.
And you do it. You love the people that you're caring for. Some people are in a position, maybe they're not actually loving the people they're caring for, but they have to do it.
Right.
Right. So
yeah.
All of these journeys, we have people in the support groups that we offer, including journaling that you offer through breathing spaces. We have people on various journeys, whether they're caring for a mom, a dad, a husband, a daughter. We've got professionals that have started to join us as well. And we're here to give people support and just let them know that they're not alone. So the various programs that we've created are care circles, which are truly online support, just like what we're doing right here, right now. We have people that have come from all over the world to join us, so it's a fantastic opportunity to just hear those stories. Journaling, art, we have death salons, that term death that no one wants to talk about. But it's an imperative part of this journey. So we've created programs to be able to support people in a number of different ways as they go through their journey.
Wow, you just said a lot. I'm hearing you say that what's really important and you want people or listeners to know is how important it is to know you're not alone. And then it takes a lot of courage to reach out and get that support. And I think you make it as easy as possible. For the most part, everything you offer is at no charge for family caregivers.
Correct.
Some of them I know are not, but that has to be. But for the most part, everything is free and available. And I don't think it gets much better than that, but someone's going to have to reach out and get that support. And I know how scary it is because, I had the caregiving as well. So all we can do is step up and show up. And anything else you might want to say before, I think this is our very first. So be patient with us.
Right. Be patient with us. We're newbies at this, but
We are
it was so, Cyndi and I have known each other for a number of years, and we've been close enough in proximity that we go on walks and we just have these wonderful conversations around caregiving and the many facets of it and why people do or why people don't, and the pains and the ups and all of it. And truly that is what Breathing Spaces came out of, was being able to give people a number of different options. Not everything is cookie cutter for people. That's why we have various programs on there. Even some of those programs are open to anyone, because in the caregiving journey, right, journaling is, right? So
absolutely.
because we're all caring for ourselves too, right? Even post caregiving, I'm still caring for myself. So that's why we've created the various programs, a newsletter that comes to your inbox weekly, no spam, we promise. But those newsletters give you wonderful blog content that you can read in the privacy of your own home. So we're doing this for all of you, and our ears are always open, of course, as we move forward. So I'm excited, Cyndi, to get this first episode out there for everyone. I know. And to be able to move forward, we've got some really wonderful folks coming up for you to listen to. And we are always open for your comments. Please, folks, if you want to reach out to us for any reason, go to our website. It's Breathing Spaces, F as in Frank, C as in Charlie.com. That's really was for Breathing Spaces for Caregivers, right? breathingspacesfc.com. If you want to reach out to me direct, please do. All you need to do is put in Cyndi, CYNDI, at breathingspacesfc.com. And I'll be more than happy to get back to you as soon as I can.
Oh, that's a great invitation. I hope we'll develop enough of an audience to really participate with us, because we're both interested in what people need and just really come to this with a heart of being of service, because we've been there and we know how challenging it can be and also how rewarding it can be. It's not a black and white journey. So we're just here for support. So anyway, I'll let you you lead and I'll follow, and I'll sign off as Cyndi with a Y.
That's right. Thank you all for being here, and Cyndi, of course, thank you. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
This has been All Things Caregiving from Breathing Spaces